expansion of air. Heat increases the expansion of air. So, in yesterday's classes, we have studied about the pressure in case of solids and in liquids. There are mainly three states of matter. What are they? Solid, liquid, gas. Solid, liquid, gas. In case of gas, the particles are being arranged loosely packed or tightly packed. Loosely packed. Loosely packed. The particles are loosely packed. They can move in any directions, is it? And when the balloon is kept in the sunlight, what happens? The particles will get some energy, heat energy, is it? Heat energy, and the particle will move very fastly, and thereby it creates what? Force or pressure? Pressure. And when the pressure becomes very much high, what happens? It will burst. We can see a video. Yeah. That's all.
Inside.
Whose move is an auxiliary verb. So if the move is a verb. Each collision with the balloon surface creates pressure. Here collision.
Creates.
Creating. So verb is creates. Then when the air is heated, these particles move even faster.
Move.
Move even faster.
Move.
Move is a verb. One more verb is there. Faster.
Faster.
Heated. Heated.
Heat.
Very good. Increasing the pressure and sometimes causing the balloon to burst.
Burst.
Burst. One more.
Gossip. Something. Gossip.
Increase. Then, do you know what we mean by preposition? Preposition. Preposition, the connecting words between the noun and pronoun is referred to as preposition. Here, I have marked this with green colors, inside and with. Inside a balloon, countless gas particles move quickly in all directions. Here, inside is a preposition. Each collision with the balloon surface creates pressure. Each collision with the, which is a preposition. And the preposition over, order, inner. They are all preposition. Okay. Then, what do you mean by declarative sentence? You are familiar with the declarative sentence, assertive sentence, interrogative sentence. Interrogative means they are actually the sentences in question form. Declarative sentences means they are statements. Okay, here all the three sentences are actually statements. Okay, these three sentences are declarative sentences. Means they are statements or facts. Okay. So, the new word that we have learned is burst. After familiar burst, we have let's count as particles, collision, surface, pressure. How to pronounce the word particles? Can anyone pronounce it?
Particles.
Particles. But it's actually gas pressure in our daily life situation? Any application? I will ask you a question. A sealed metal can is left in the direct sunlight. Okay, sealed metal can is a perfume bottle or any type of metal bottle. After some time, the can is swollen. That means it becomes heavier, it becomes larger in its shape. Using the concept of gas pressure, can you explain what happens and can you suggest a precaution? Okay, why does the metal can which is left in the sunlight becomes swollen? Becomes larger. Why? Can you explain? A sealed metal can is exposed in the sunlight. Okay, after some time it becomes swollen. Why? There's a heat, temperature, pressure. Can you explain? Why? What type of energy is the sunlight? Heat energy. So, when the metal can is exposed into sunlight, inside the metal can, what are there? Particles are there. Okay. So, the particles will absorb the heat energy and what happens?